Aloha, Rich Halverson. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from a Google Worksheet to a tab-delimited spreadsheet or a CSV file real quick. So in our assignment, we are given a database in the form of a Google spreadsheet, and we have bigger. We have an employee table, a customer table, a vendor table, and so on. And in each table, we have data on the left, columns, rows and columns, and then next to that, we've got the field type size information that we're going to need when we specify these in phpMyAdmin. So it's pretty easy. Let's take this item table here. Let's start with a tab delimited. Tab delimited's real easy. You can just open up a notepad and just do copy just a table, copy, and go over here and just do paste. And there we have a tab delimited spreadsheet. And so we can, if we were to expand this out, you can see that it's a nice tab delimited spreadsheet. So let's go back where it was, I guess. Just get used to this new Windows way of doing things. So anyway, all right. So but then we would save this. Just save it as this is item, right? So in my folder, I can just do a items. Item. I'm going to do item. Well, let's see. I guess I'm going to do this tab.csv, and you'll see why I do it this way. But this is a tab delimited spreadsheet or a tab separated values, but I'm going to put a .csv extension on it, and you'll see why when I upload to phpMyAdmin. Okay, so this is the item table, and I've saved it this way using a notepad. All right, so another way is we want to save this out as a .csv file. There's always this file save as, or this file export, download, as a tab, comma separated values or tab separated values. The trouble is you can't have this stuff over here. So, what you can do is well, okay. You always have an original back here. You can always go back and download an original. So right now, let's just delete these three things, or you can make a copy of the worksheet and just save that. But I'm just going to delete these because we don't want any of these in our in our final spreadsheet. So we just have this. Okay, right now we can do download as, and I'm going to do this tab separated values the way they do it in here, and I'm going to save it the same place. It's going to have this. I saved this there from earlier, and so it's now saved. If we open up my folder here, we see this is the one I saved earlier, and this is the one I just saved. I saved item that way, didn't I? Tell you what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to delete this just so I don't confuse us. Trash this. Trash this. And trash this because this was left over from before. Okay, so you saw that I saved that from this. Okay, so that's the tab. That's how I arrived at that. I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to do vendor. And I'm going to go, this time I'm going to go over here and I'm going to delete. I don't know what this convert table does. That'd be something interesting to experiment with, but I'm going to delete this, delete these columns, and now I just have just the table that I care about. And now I can save this out as, and I'm going to download this as a comma separated values into that same thing. And so I'm going to do this vendor.csv, save. So that's the vendor table. Let me do the customer table. Okay, let's go to the customer table now. Here we are, customer ID and so on. And I'm going to get rid of this here. I'm basically going to do all three ways, show you all three ways, and you can pick which one you like best. Okay, so now I have this, and now I'm going to say export this as a just to see what we have so far. We've got a .csv here, a tab-delimited.csv, and now I'm going to do what they call a .tsv, and I'm going to download what they call a .tsv, and that's the customer table. Okay, now if I open each of these just as a text file, and so I'm not going to double click because it's going to open it as an Excel, but I can open it with Notepad, and that's just a plain old ordinary text file. So this is what the vendor.csv file looks like when I open it just with Notepad, so we just see the text. There it is. You see, it's comma, it's values that are separated using a comma, and it's a text file. Okay. This line, there's no company name, see, so it's just comma comma. All right. So anyway, so that's this. We already know what the tab.csv file. That's what this one. It's actually tab-delimited. Now let's look at this customer file .tsv output from Google Docs. I'm going to open it with what's going on. Notepad again. And again, here's the tab separation, just like this, tab separation. They're separated by tabs. See, if I just do arrows, it bounces to the next one right away because it's a tab. It's not spaces. So these are tab separated values. These are comma separated values, and these are tab separated values. Now, you're probably going to wonder why I named it this way. Well, you'll see. Okay, let's upload these into phpMyAdmin. First of all, we're supposed to, I just thought I'd throw this step in too. We're supposed to first create a database called QACS. So let's do that. Let's go to manage my databases, and I'm in a different account here, but it's QACS. Here it is. Look at that. I've done it before. Create the database. There. Database is created. Now let's go to phpMyAdmin. I go to Tools. I go to phpMyAdmin. And on the left, I open up next to my account there. I open up, yours should be 321. Let's go into QACS. Now I'm in database QACS, nothing here, no tables. And now let's import these. Let's import these three. Okay, so first I'm going to import Okay, so these are the three files that I created. This is the first one I created. This is a tab separated file, just like this one, but the last it says .csv. Okay, so I'm going to open this, and that's there. And so what you kind of don't see here is that it defaulted everything to a text file being uploaded. The only thing that it didn't do is The columns are not separated with a comma. The columns are separated with a tab. So to make a tab, you do, it's got to be \t, \the t for tab, okay? Columns separated with. It's either going to be \t for tab or comma for a comma. Everything else is fine. Oh, the first line of the file contains the table column names. It does. You notice in all of these, the first line is the column names. If you don't check this, if you don't switch that, then the column names are going to go in as data, which of course you want. So let's import this. And now we have see, it created a nice insert statement there. And now in our QACS database, we have a table called item tab. Nice. Click on item tab. You can browse through nice data. Look, there's all the nice data. We can change the name of it by going to operations and changing the table name to, I think it's, what do we want it to be, item or something like that? Items or item? Item, singular. Okay, so let's change the name to item. I'll do it like they do it, ITEM. There we go. And it's that kind of thing. Okay, so now we've got the item table. Let's go back to database. Got to go back to database because we're going to import again, but we're going to import into the database. We're not going to import into this table. So you got to make sure you don't see a table. You see the item table down here. We're going to import another table. Click import. And this time let's do the real.csv file that we created. Here's this one, the real one. This is going to be the vendor table. Click on that, open it, and that's there. All the defaults are fine, except for, I don't like having that checked. That's comma, except for we still have to do this. The first line of the file contains the table column names. Make sure that's checked. Import it. And now we've got this nice table here called, click here again, called blah, 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 blah. This is the vendor table. I'm going to go, I'm going to click on, doesn't matter, structure. Nice table. You're going to come in later and set these. That's what that data is to the right. But I'm going to change this to just plain old vendor. V-E-N-D-O-R, vendor. All right. So now I've got a vendor table, and let's go back to the database. I'm in vendor now, and I'm going to import one more. And let's see what happens when we do this .tsv. I've never imported a file with a .tsv extension, so let's see if it actually fills it in. It would be changing this to, okay, so now this is the real tab separator values I got from using the download file straight from Google Docs. And so that's what it is, and I'm going to undo that. Look, you see format, SQL, you see that's wrong. It doesn't know that a TSV file is what it is. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to go to format. We have to change the format to CSV, and then down here we have to do this where we change this comma into /t tab. Oh, this one, not lowercase. /t. This is all fine. Make sure to check that. And okay, so see, that's what happens when you do .tsv. You actually have to go and specifically change the format from SQL, because it's not SQL, to CSV, but it's separated values, but not comma separated values or tab separated values. So that's why you put that there. Anyway, so let's check that import. And now we have a file that's got this big old huge thing there. This says options. Did this? Yeah, okay, this is where I want to be. I'm going to rename the table to, what was it? Customer. Okay? Okay. right, so now let's go back to the database, and now we see we imported 3 tables, and those are 3 different ways that we can go from and this works equally well with Excel. Okay. Thanks for watching.